Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the best VPNs that you can use for China. Now, if you're not familiar with the Chinese situation, in China, basically everything that we're used to browsing and seeing on the internet is not available in China for the most part. So if you're traveling to China, or if you're planning to live in China, or if you're in China, well, what you want to do to access the free internet is use a VPN. Now, a VPN will essentially bypass the Great Firewall of China, which is the censorship firewall that China uses to restrict everybody from accessing the free internet. So, by connecting to a VPN, you can route your connection through a server in a different location so that it looks like you're coming from outside of China, and that's how you can get access to the free internet. So, for example, if you're in China, you can just load up a VPN and connect to a server, and you should be good to go from there. You'll be able to access whatever it is that you're trying to access, and the ISP or government will not be able to see what you're doing online or what you're downloading while the VPN is on. Now, in order for you to be truly secure and anonymous and not allow anybody to know what you're doing online, you need to use a good VPN. Now, there aren't too many free good VPNs out there, let alone VPNs that actually work in China. Not too many VPNs can work in China, and most of you will give you a lot of trouble to get them to function. Now, you've got TunnelBear and Windscribe. These are free options, and I'll talk about some other premium options that are much more consistent and reliable. Because with TunnelBear, unfortunately, while you do have a lot of servers that you can get access to completely for free, you are restricted by a 2 GB monthly cap, which you can increase to 3 GB if you tweet about them. But it is a good and safe VPN that gives you access to a lot of servers. Now, with Windscribe, you're not going to have a huge amount of servers or locations to access, but if you look here, we have a monthly 10 GB data cap, which is much better than 2 or 3 GB with TunnelBear. But again, if you're looking to use these VPNs to stream or torrent, you're not going to be able to do that with TunnelBear. You will be able to stream and torrent with Windscribe, but again, you have a data cap, and I wouldn't really recommend subscribing to either of these VPNs if you decide that the restrictions of free VPNs are not really working out for you. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to a country like China, you want to make sure that you have a solid option on your hand so that it doesn't fail you, or you run out of data, or whatever it is that happens when you're really in need of that VPN. So if you're in that situation and you feel like you just want to go for a really good VPN, there are 3 options that you can use. That'll be Express, Nord, and Surfshark. Now, I'll be very brief with these VPNs, but essentially what you want to know here is once you set up one of these VPNs, of course, all the other VPNs, including Windscribe and TunnelBear, will require manual configuration to get them to work in China. You can't just load up a VPN and get it to work in China. Now, oftentimes you can do that with ExpressVPN. In my experience, ExpressVPN has been one of the more plug-and-play type of VPNs. Now, sometimes you might have to set up a manual configuration because China keeps updating their censorship firewall, and it's just very difficult to keep up with them. And so VPNs kind of do their best to keep up with the technology in the censorship firewall. Now, the type of manual configuration is usually very similar, whether you're using paid VPN or a free VPN. You're gonna have to download that configuration from the website itself. So I'll leave links to all of these guides in the description down below, but it usually involves downloading the OpenVPN application or the WireGuard application, and you kind of just set it up with your own VPN and you'll be able to operate it as usual from there. Now, Express will be the best option if you're looking to feel as safe as possible, and if you're looking for a huge selection of countries at 105 countries. And you'll be able to secure up to 8 devices per subscription. Express, I would say, overall is the easiest to use as well, and the most consistent with regards to accessing streaming services and compatibility with torrenting. Now, Nord will be your best option if you're looking for a well-rounded VPN that offers a bunch of bonus features for a very reasonable price. You'll be able to secure up to 6 devices per subscription, and you have 67 countries available to you. Now, that's not 105 like with Express, but again, most of you guys are probably looking for some Asian, European, and North American servers, and they are definitely available within NordVPN. Now, if you're looking to secure virtually an unlimited number of devices with just a single subscription, in case you'd like to share it around with friends and family, then Surfshark would be a great option. Not only that, but it also has 100 countries, so it's a nice middle ground between Express and Nord. So if you're looking for the best budget VPN that gets the job done at the cheapest possible cost, and you're also getting a lot of value for your money if that's what you're looking for, then Surfshark is the best one to go for. Especially that even if you go for the one plan with Surfshark, it's going to give you a fully fledged antivirus, identity protection features, safe search features, and the VPN. And it will still cost less than the standard plan of NordVPN. And NordVPN is supposed to be very reasonably priced, but that's just how budget-friendly Surfshark really is. Now, if you end up going for any of these VPNs, you probably want to go for the plan that suits you most. So let's say you're going for Express here. If you know you're going to need the VPN for just a month, you can go for the monthly plan, but you don't want to get the monthly plan and keep it resubscribing at that very expensive rate. So if you know you're going to need the VPN for more than a month, you want to go for the 6-month plan or 12-month plan, which will save you a whole lot in the long term. And if you end up changing your mind, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. And all these discounts and 30-day money-back guarantees also apply to all the other VPNs. So that's pretty much it for this video. Comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer all of them. Like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel and stay up to date with everything VPNs and cybersecurity. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.